based off of what's on the screen. Now, before, of course, we get into it, please, everyone, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you turn on your notification bell so whenever another video comes up that you will be notified. Now, also, I have to give a huge shout out to everyone that has subscribed, that has left comments for me. You just don't know how much the comments mean to me, especially right now. Right now, I'm kind of going through a tough time, and just getting that notification that I may have gotten a comment or some, feedback from my videos is really uplifting. And I definitely want to say thank you. And you are so much appreciated. You just don't know. Okay, so up first, let's go ahead and touch a little bit. And again, I want to say that everything that is said on this channel is in my opinion. And basically, we do this for entertainment purposes. Of course, my disclosure is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. But as we all know and may have heard, Melody and Martell were back in court on yesterday. Now, from what I'm seeing here, no one has really pretty much said much in reference to the court case. I want to say maybe it was continued yet again, but they had like a list of, I guess, people that would be potential witnesses in the case moving forward. I want to say they had, first up, the reason, hence why Letitia is in the middle. Allegedly, Letitia would be one of them. I want to say maybe they said Destiny. I heard Chris Fletcher and his wife, along with some other people. Now, what kind of stuck out to me is, I guess, and of course, I don't know. It's all alleged. I'm not sure. Would Letitia be speaking in Melody's defense or Martell? I mean, I don't know which one, she would be there as a character witness for, but we all know her feelings towards Melody. So you kind of find it hard to believe that she would be there in Melody's defense. But let's just say that she's there on behalf of Martell. Now, okay, granted, you and Melody aren't in the best place, from what we've seen play out, it's been some back and forth, who's been a better friend, XYZ, but nothing that Melody has ever said has went towards your children. Nothing has, really affected you in a drastic way, other than, from my understanding, her not wanting to move forward with the 47 acres, or however that played out. So, saying that to say, if you are there in defense of Martell, really, what will you say? I mean, what is your point? What is your motive? I mean, how will they use you as a witness? Because honestly, do you have anything negative to say about Melanie as far as her parenting? Because this is what's up for debate, is her being a mother, because of course this is a custody battle. So what is it that possibly could be said? Are you going there to say how great a father Martell is, or however? And of course, I only see what goes on and what play out on either TV or social media. I can't say, because even in my previous videos, I pointed out, sometimes you can be a better father than you was a husband. Okay, it is what it is. At the end of the day, all of this is due to the selfish decisions that he chose to make in his marriage, that they're in this place. So you being a mother, you being a woman, I think, me personally, I would have declined. If he would have asked me, okay, can you be a witness for me or what have you? That's where I would have had to take a step back and be like, nah, I can't do that. Because as reality has set in, you never know when this could be you. This could be you, because I can honestly say, y'all, within the last couple of days, my life has totally took a drastic turn that I didn't even see coming. So we can't say what will never ever happen. So saying that, I can't imagine you getting up and defending someone in the nature that would jeopardize a mother being a full-time mother to her kids when you have kids. Now, does your hatred or however does it go that deep? Because you pointed out on the reunion how Melody has a dark soul or black heart or something you said to that nature. But in this situation, and again, I don't know if she's even on the list, really. I don't know who she's there, for or against. But in the situation, if it is that you're there on Martell's part, I would have to question you as a mother, as a woman, as a black woman. I would have to question you because I just don't see how you could go there. Regardless of how I may feel about someone or however it goes, at the end of the day, when does anybody ever stop and think what's best for the children? And I don't want to hear because she's on tour or because she have all these businesses or this, that, and the other, that she can't properly raise her children. I've never heard of Melanie getting or hiring a nanny, and I'm pretty sure she could afford it if she needed one. I mean, I'm trying to understand as to when did it become a rule in a mother's handbook that a woman can't have children, but yet still set goals and strive to achieve them so she can build that generational wealth and stability for her children. Because as we can see, even playing out here, you can't depend on a man for anything. You can't sit back and wait on the next person to do their part. You have to already be prepared for when they aren't willing to do their part. She can't go to her kids and say, oh, because your daddy couldn't do XYZ, you won't be able to do this. No, she still have to keep moving. Even though what he may have took her through and all the things that she's having to go up against, she still has to stand strong, not only as a black woman, but as a mother. And to me, that alone speaks volumes. So I don't know anything about the judge and the case. I don't know how they go. It just seems as though to me this is being drug out for whatever reason. I mean, which I'm pretty sure from what I've heard, again, I don't know, so allege, Martell is the one that's kind of dragging, it out. I don't know if he's doing this on purpose. I don't know if it's financial things. I don't know what's going on. But to me, I don't think Martell's intention for this whole custody battle is good intentions. I think this is another one of his tactics to attack Melody, her character. I think this is another way of trying to hurt her. This is, he's tried every single thing to bring this woman down and nothing is working. And basically, this is just another one of those things. I mean, and it's sad that you would go to this, height of things to get her back. But my question is, get her back for what? Get her back because she refused to stay with someone that was manipulative, to stay with someone that didn't love her enough to at least, after she had forgiven you, to straighten up your act. I mean, I'm trying to figure out where and why is he so mad? Which of course, I mean, I don't know. We're gonna do a video on narcissists because I can honestly say, and I have an education, I've been to college, but I've never really heard the word narcissist used so much as I have within the last couple of years. And so it never was an interest of mine to go search it or research it or figure it out or what is the meaning. But yeah, I've been reading up a lot about it lately. and see how things that have transpired in my life, how I've been affected by narcissistic people. So I mean, but that's a whole nother video that which I wouldn't mind doing a live on that one, because I would definitely love to get the feedback of everybody else. But yeah, saying that to say, I just don't understand how you could say you love your children but take them through this. Do you not feel that they've been through enough? Because one thing we should all know, especially anyone that has been married before and have went through a divorce, you're not only hurting your spouse, but you're hurting your children, because now you are basically giving them a life that they didn't choose. You've showing them and exposing them to being raised in a single parent household, especially if you've been there for a few years. However, they've gotten used to that two parent household, and now they have to adjust to one of my parents not being there in the morning when I wake up to go to school. And that can be traumatic for children. So you don't feel as though they've been through enough? And from my understanding, I've never heard him come out and say, oh, well, my children in counseling. I've only heard Melody say that. So I'm assuming that was her responsibility to put them through counseling, because, I don't know, even though you caused it and the reason they need to be in counseling, but I've never heard you utter a word about them being in counseling. So, I mean, it's just crazy to me. And then another thing that I noticed here on today is he was nominated, or invited, or got an award or something there, I'm assuming in Huntsville, for being a part of, let me see, he was a part of some type of something dealing with the election. I'm gonna look it up real quick, because I ain't gonna hold you, but I just want to be able to highlight what I'm trying to say. But he made a post today where what, y'all, hold up. He erased it. Yeah, he erased it. And I'm assuming he erased it. Y'all, he went back and then erased stuff all the way back from 2020. I mean, all the way, you don't see nothing on his profile since 2022. Ain't that a shame? I don't know what happened, but he didn't erase all his posts. But he made a post earlier today, saying that he will be awarded something. I want to say is dealing with something with politics or what have you. And of course, I seen where Destiny was. She told him congratulations. It was a lot of people in his comments telling him congratulations. However, but it was a lot of people that was also in his comments and was like, these people don't know your background. They was even bringing up the fact that he was a Trump supporter. I mean, all kind of things. But saying all of that to say, it's kind of funny that you highlighted what you felt to be a commendable moment and an enjoyable moment and an honor for you. But again, you have yet to highlight how your daughter, your baby daughter, has blown sales out the water on her new hairline. Now, again, I'm not going to hold you. Do what you do. Do what you do. Because I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt that you just ain't been on social media. But now I see that today you were on social media, but you done went back since then. I don't know, maybe because I never did go back to look to see, what was what. But maybe somebody tore you up so bad that you were ashamed and you erased it. Or maybe somebody highlighted the fact that you haven't said anything about Sugar Mama and her line and congratulate her on what potentially could be financial wealth for her. But you made sure that you came on and hopped on for, everyone to congratulate you on your accomplishment. And again, everybody has their opinion. Everybody can say and comment and do whatever they want to do. That's fine. But for some of the women on there, I can't help but to ask, what kind of women are you? Like that you would congratulate this man that's basically, I'm gonna just call it for what it is. He a shit show. Excuse my language. He is a whole clown. You, the things that you are doing is clown behavior, sir. Clown behavior. And then you have, you know, Arion over here, and I don't know if you'd have made her mad again or however it may have go, because you see you tend to not see her. I'm assuming when everything is good, but when everything kind of kick off, then there she go, you know, making her lives and throwing shots and making these different posts, talking about the bloggers love bringing up her name for clicks and views. Clearly, you must like your name being drugged through the mud for clicks and views, because you keep getting on there, never nothing saying anything worth anything that would, you know, other people can see you in a different light. Because, of course, it's God this and God that, a new year, new you, up until he make you mad again, and then you throwing shots at everybody. Like, come on. I mean, it's just a bit much. Now, moving on, like I said, I'm not going to hold you. Let's go ahead and talk about, we'll go ahead and talk about Wendy. And, well, not necessarily Wendy. I will say I have seen some videos of Wendy. She look like she's out and about. Some people are commenting and pretty much saying that they shouldn't be highlighting Wendy or whatever. I don't. So I can understand if she's in, you know, a certain state where, you know, that would make her look a certain type of way. But if she's out and about enjoying herself, going to lunch, you know, saying brief little things or what have you, I don't think nothing is wrong with that. Why everyone wants everything in the media to be negative towards her? Now, mind you, I know some people don't care for Wendy because Wendy, you know, has came across as being messy. We know how Wendy Williams got the status that she got, but let's just call it for what it is, y'all. She has made a name for herself. And I don't feel really, I mean, now I ain't got too much sympathy for side chicks. I ain't got too much sympathy for them. But at the end of the day, this was another Black woman that was affected at the hands of her ex-wife. And y'all, I really hope that this video is not static. And I got my headphones on, and it just seems as though to me, I don't know if I'm just getting the feedback, but hopefully it's not in this video. But she was at a situation where things, I feel, me personally, I allege, my opinion, I feel that her health took a turn for the worse after all of this played out with her ex-husband and the mistress and the baby and all of that. And I think that's when her health kind of took a turn. You know, I mean, that's where we saw it. And again, another situation where you had the side chick, Sharina Hudson, similar to the situation with Martell and Melanie and Arion. She was very boastful. She, you know, act like she didn't have a care in the world. From my understanding, I think they have been dating for almost like 15 years, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, just very, very boastful. And, you know, it's kind of funny how women tend to point the finger at the wife, but overlook the behavior of the man that you're falling in love with. Because red flag for me, if you'll do it to her, you have children with her, you built a life and a career with her, what will you do with me? Like, to me, you suspect to me. So, you know, to me, I feel like that's clown behavior as well. But anyways, we see now playing out. Now, you know, I made a video, The Audacity of a Side Chick. If you haven't seen part 1 or part 2, please go back and watch that. But we see now, here today, allegedly, Serena has packed her things and she's gone. Wow. Did anybody see that coming? I did. I did. And reason being is the money is gone. Now we've seen that he has made several attempts for the judge to honor him his spousal support. He has went and begged and pleaded and cried that his home was about to be foreclosed on. He couldn't afford car insurance. He need hip surgery but doesn't have no insurance. He's did all of that. I even heard that she had even tried to call herself making a peace treaty with Wendy just on the sake of Wendy going ahead and to pay Kevin again. Girl, you a trip. You is the once again the audacity. So I guess after all of those attempts have failed, she's gone. She's gone. And you know what it put me in the mind of? The Diary of the Mad Black Woman. You know, Charles was so boastful with him and his mistress. He fell ill or, got pow, and the mistress no longer had any use for you, and she's gone. And guess who had to come back to help you? Helen. Wow. You see how things in life make a full circle? The very person that you decided to kick down when they were down, you need them again. See how God work? See how God work? And y'all, saying that to say, even in what I am experiencing now, I have to look at it where God gonna have to take control of this. But yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. But yeah, she's packed her things and now she's gone, allegedly. And she's gone because the money is gone. That lifestyle is not gonna be, it's not lifing like that no more. And you know what? There you have it. Because as I always say, and I had to highlight this for someone yesterday, everybody's happy and go lucky when it's all lining up. But what happens when it don't line up? That's what determines the character of the person that you're dealing with when it's not all good. So yeah, now I guess the real Sharina is, and I hope I'm saying her name right, I guess the real her has, finally showed up. But again, God don't bless no mess. So therefore, yeah, Kelvin, sorry. Now you have to go through trying to have that hip surgery. And I wonder who's going to nurse you back to good health. Good question. Moving on, last topic, Carlos King. So I had I got to watch him on his podcast the other night where he was kind of going in on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, y'all, I don't get into that show because to me, I can't do it. I can't do it with them. It's just certain shows I can't do it, and that is one of them. And hence, really, for the reason he was going off. Now, again, it's a lot of things that Carlos do that I am like side-eyeing, but he called it. And he was so head on with what he was saying as far as the colorist that it was scary. But I'm assuming because he worked in that field and he has done this for years, he's aware of it, so he know how to attack it, and he did just that. And really, I just wonder, does Andy watch his podcast? I know that they aren't the best of, associates or what have you, but I know somebody has went back and told Andy about the conversation. I know that Giselle, as well as Robin and Ashley, I know that they have been told or made aware of what he had to say. And he could not have been telling anything but the truth. We all know, and y'all have seen me on camera. Unfortunately, not on camera tonight, but I'm not a really dark-skinned woman. What I can feel to be is red tone or however. But anyways, we know that it has played out a lot, that people with lighter skin has always been preferred in a lot of different fields, positions. At one particular time when I grew up, my time, I'm gonna just say I ain't giving away my age, but in high school, you tend to get the fine yellow bones, as they would call them, and XYZ. And shout out to all of them, because guess what? Half of my family is yellow. You see what I'm saying? So I have no problem, because it is what it is. But it is some beautiful dark skinned. My niece is dark skinned and is beautiful. You see what I'm saying? But that's not a lot all the time what Hollywood is looking for. That tend to not be and get glorified as much as someone with a lighter skin tone. And saying that respectfully, so I think he called it for what it was. I do feel as though Giselle have a lot of tension towards Candace and Wendy because of the texture and the color of their skin, because I feel that she allegedly, feels that how dare them be in a better position than me. I'm light skinned with pretty eyes and, XYZ. So she feels that she's more deserving of everything, regardless of whether she worked for it or not. It's just, basically their outer appearance have always gotten them what they wanted. So for anyone darker than them to overachieve or be a step ahead of them, they're not able to accept it. And I don't think that it's intentional. I guess, I hope not. But anyways, but yeah, I mean, it's always been a thing. I mean, kind of getting off topic, well, not off topic. I'm from Louisiana. And I'm not gonna put it all the way out there like that, but I'm from Louisiana, and just say that I know of people that basically have, back in the day, I'm not gonna say now, but back in the day, have dealt and had relations and married their cousins. And they did that because they couldn't bring dark-skinned children into the world. You see what I'm saying? They, that wasn't it. And that ain't what they wanted. So before we do that, we'll sleep with each other. And so again, that's been a thing for a very, very long time. But now here in 2023, we have to call a thing, and it does need to be highlighted. And I agree with Carlos that, this is a conversation that should have been had, and Andy should have had a moderator to do it, because again, you're not, a black person, I'm gonna say, so it would have been, someone should have been there to be able to point out the obvious, but they gave it 2 to 5 minutes. So clearly to them, it wasn't important. But saying all of that to say, he made some really, really good points. Again, I feel that, because when I tell you I've never seen Carlos that mad, he was mad. And I just only wish, and if he ever see one of my videos, I just wish that he would get that same energy with his show, with Love and Marriage Huntsville, because it's a lot of things going on your show, sir, that's not right. And it needs the energy you had in that video. That's the energy, which I don't know what they do behind the scenes. I don't know what they meetings like. I don't know, I don't know what he may have said already. This might be something that already has been discussed. I don't know. But from what we see, we want to see more of you intervening, because now you have former castmates wanting to sue bloggers. You have, one of your cast members on there saying derogatory things, not only damaging herself, but she's damaging her brand. I mean, it is just so much that is transpiring here out on social media that hopefully you'll have people even tuning into the show, because it's beginning to be a bit much. And as far as, and I'm not going to highlight that because I'm new in YouTube. And I shout out to all of them. I don't have no problem with all of them. I watch all of them, and I think it's ridiculous for, let me go ahead and say it because everybody probably already know, for Wanda to want to sue bloggers. Now, if things, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The whole thing to me, I feel as though, my opinion, it all kind of started root down with Wanda. And even if it's not, people create these channels to be able to express how they feel about the show and about different things. Do I agree with people bashing children? No. I even said it in my other video. I don't even think it's right to bring people's mother involved with this, and this, that, and the other. I'm not going to do all that. But why are you trying to sue somebody for their opinion? Like, that's just not it. And that's not it. That's not it. And to me, you can't throw rocks and hide your hand and play victim and tell somebody how to react when you come at them. You have to be ready for whatever that they're going to throw back at you because you made the first leap. But anyways, y'all, that's pretty much all I had with my topics. Of course, I was supposed to have been did this video the other day, but as I stated earlier in my video, life has been lifing for me. Y'all, I'm going through something that I don't even think I could even really just highlight right now, because I don't know if I could say it without crying and being emotional, but I will. Because again, the reason I started this channel, the reason I came to YouTube is to escape a lot of things that I had going on. And so again, I would like to share my story. I've heard a lot of stories that have helped me in a lot of my, dark days. And maybe my story can perhaps, help someone else. Again, I thank each and every one of you that have subscribed, have commented. Please keep it coming with the encouraging words. If you believe in prayer, please say a prayer for me and for my marriage. Um, you know, it's a bit much, but I thank each and every one of you. Please go ahead, if you haven't already, like the video. Please go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notification. Leave a comment below and let me know, how you feel about either one of the topics that we discussed. Again, as I stated before, if you have any hot topics, or if you want to share the platform to get your story out or anything, or just want to join me in a live one day or collaborate, please feel free to email me. All my information is at the bottom. Again, if you don't know, I also have a small business for my candles. I will be doing like a soft relaunch, I want to say, here towards the end of the month. I just have to get myself together to get in that mind state to, to be able to do that. But y'all, thank you so much. I may hop on a little later, do a little live. I'm not really sure. It just kind of depends, because at the end of the day, YouTube helps me through some of my dark days. Again, pray for me. Love each and every one of y'all. And until next time, y'all be blessed and good night.